Tanaka Travel. I've been getting a lot of questions regarding my last solo trip to Iceland. And I must say, I managed to do it on a budget. All in total, in terms of flight and accommodation, I spent £118. So as you know, there's a huge misconception or a stereotype, as I would say, that Iceland, along with other Scandinavian countries, are extremely expensive. And they are. But I managed to do it on a budget, and I'm going to walk you through step by step on what I did. So if I can do it, you can do it. However, this is my guide. These are my preferences of what I wanted to do in Iceland, and your experience to Iceland can be completely different. So starting off with my flights, I booked my flights with Norwegian Airlines. I got a £60 return flight. Something I loved about Norwegian Airlines is that they do provide Wi-Fi. Yes, Wi-Fi. So I booked it a month in advance. It was like around December that I booked it out. So they had a huge Christmas sale, and they had like loads of destinations. They had New York, they had Switzerland, and Iceland was the only one that was actually like appealing towards me. I was like, I've never been to Iceland. What can I do in Iceland? Who am I gonna go with? So go over to Norwegian Airlines and see what sales or what deals they have at the moment. Step 2 is accommodation. Accommodation in Iceland, it's expensive. Like, when I mean expensive, it's stupidly expensive that even the hostels are expensive. I decided to stay in a hostel as the other options, such as hotels, were not feasible for someone who was traveling by themselves. Like for 2 nights, it was ranking up to like £600. Yes, £600. Reykjavik is like so expensive. It's like one of the most expensive cities in the world. So I decided, you know what? This is my second time staying in a hostel. It can't be that bad. And the hostel that I found on bookings.com was absolutely amazing. So upon my arrival at Hlemmur Square Hostel, I was given a token. That token actually included a free cocktail once I've purchased a meal of around £7. So that's actually like the cheapest meal I actually had in Iceland. And they also provided me with a coupon booklet, and that coupon booklet provided me with discounts regarding restaurants, shops, excursions, like everything to do with Iceland. And I absolutely loved it. I was literally like tearing up, like, yeah, here's my coupon, here's my coupon. So it was clean, it was friendly, it was modern. Like there were so many young travelers, also solo travelers. Like I met the most funny people ever. Book in advance when it comes to your accommodation, as hostels, for example, are always like filled up in Iceland because everyone is on the hunt for the cheapest accommodation. There are 2 things. You can actually drive yourself, or you can actually get a tour guide. I myself prefer to get a tour guide because I was scared, and I haven't driven in like extreme cold weathers and snow and all of that, and I wasn't looking to like crash anybody's car. And yeah, so when it comes to your excursions, depending on how you're traveling, if you're traveling solo and if you're willing to drive and you're over the age of 21, you can easily get a car in Iceland. It's pretty affordable in Iceland to rent a car. So many people were like renting cars. You can do it online, you can do it at the airport and have a credit card. Some do have debit card services, but mostly they ask you for a credit card. So the best thing about driving yourself around Iceland is that you're in control. So there's actually a company called Campervan, and they provide you with a camping van. You drive yourself around, there's a bed, a cooker, everything that you need for you to like travel around Iceland. And then the big question that we all have is, what is there to do in Iceland? There's so much stuff to do in Iceland. Like, it actually depends on your preference. You can go snowmobiling. Weather is a huge factor for your excursions. Like, if the weather's terrible, you ain't gonna do nothing, sis. Because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do there. And then I got there, I was like, okay, nature. With regards to booking excursions in Iceland, there are so many companies to choose from. It's important for you to book your activities a month before traveling to Iceland because everything gets booked out, especially the Blue Lagoon. So I booked to do the Golden Circle, the South Coast Tour, snowmobiling, the Northern Lights, and the Blue Lagoon, as I mentioned. I decided to get a tour guide, and I booked activities online on Get Your Guide. I must say, like, I was so disappointed with this company. Like, they cancelled all my activities the night of my arrival. So I arrived in Reykjavik on Thursday, and I was meant to do all these activities between Friday and Saturday. Everything, laka, I was on the verge of like crying. We apologize that we have cancelled your tour for this, that. And I was like, and you're giving me back my money in 5 to 8 working days. So after having like a mini panic attack in my hostel, I went to a local cafe called Tea and Caf, and I called the UK number for this company. So after like talking to this lady in India, there was no solution, and thank God for humanity. This is why I'm slightly addicted to solo travel, because I get to meet like the most wonderful people, and people I wouldn't interact with if I was like traveling with like other people. So whilst I was ranting, Icelandic lady next to me was like overhearing my she came and she was like, so sorry, I've just like been hearing your conversation. Well, I was loud, so I apologize. You're lucky I have a friend who runs a tour company. So with Reykjavik Excursions, I ended up booking the Golden Circle, the South Coast Tour, and the Northern Lights. So all of that was absolutely amazing. Like, their service and their efficiency, so professional with the way they handle things. Also offer a pick up and drop off service. So they pick you up at your hotel or hostel, wherever your accommodation is, and they drop you back off there. So if you are looking to book excursions and Grey Line, those are the 2 companies who I would highly recommend. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I covered all your questions for my Iceland trip, and all the best to anyone that's traveling to Iceland. You can send me an email. I do offer holiday planning services, so do holler at your girl. I will be your plug. I can help you find the cheapest accommodation, cheapest flights, cheapest deals, all things cheap, honey. So do hit your girl up, and I will be there to support you every step of the way. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.